Have you ever heard someone say, age is just a number? Well, it is until your body starts reminding you otherwise. So let me ask you something. When you wake up in the morning, do you ever notice your heart beating a little harder than usual or feel like you just don't have the stamina you used to? Maybe climbing stairs takes a little longer, or maybe you're starting to think more about your long-term health than you ever did before. If you're over 60 or even getting close, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And here's the interesting part. There's something incredibly simple that many people overlook, something you can sip in a single cup, something that may help support your heart health naturally. Yes, just one cup, not a supplement, not a magic cure, not some crazy trend that's here today and gone tomorrow. Just a simple drink you can make at home with ingredients you probably already have in your kitchen. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what it is, how to make it, when to drink it, and why so many people swear it helps them feel healthier, lighter, more energized, and more in control of their cardiovascular well-being. So sit back, relax, and let's talk heart health. Because taking care of your heart doesn't have to be complicated. And sometimes, the most powerful changes start with the smallest daily habits.
A simple daily drink can support overall heart and circulation wellness, especially for people over 60, because the body at that age responds incredibly well to gentle, consistent habits rather than extreme changes. When most people think about taking care of their heart, they imagine complicated routines, strict diets, or intense exercise programs. But the truth is that one of the most effective ways to support long-term cardiovascular well-being is through the small actions you take every day. Something as easy as drinking a warm cup of lemon and ginger water each morning may seem too simple to matter, yet that single habit can influence hydration, digestion, circulation, and overall daily energy in a way that sets the tone for your entire day. What makes it powerful isn't the drink itself acting as some miracle cure, but the fact that it creates an environment in your body where everything works a little more smoothly, especially as you age and natural processes slow down. When you reach your 60s and beyond, your heart has been working non-stop for decades, pumping blood through tens of thousands of miles of vessels, responding to stress, supporting movement, and keeping your organs alive. That's a big job, and the wear and tear accumulate. While the body remains incredibly adaptive, it doesn't bounce back as quickly as it used to, so giving it something nourishing and gentle to work with each day can have a noticeable impact over time. Think about how you feel when you wake up in the morning. Your body is dehydrated, your blood is slightly thicker, and your cells are ready to receive water and nutrients. Drinking something warm and soothing first thing in the morning signals your nervous system to wake up gradually instead of jolting you awake with caffeine or sugary drinks. This calm, gradual transition is something your heart appreciates, and when that drink contains ingredients like lemon and ginger, which support natural hydration and comfort the digestive system, you start your day with a sense of clarity and balance. Many people underestimate hydration, yet it's one of the most important factors for circulation. When you're not properly hydrated, your blood becomes more viscous, making your heart work a little harder to push it through your arteries. This doesn't cause a disease, but it does increase the overall workload your heart must manage. A warm drink first thing in the morning rehydrates your system in a way that cold water often doesn't, because warm fluids are easier for the body to absorb quickly. As the water moves through your digestive tract, it triggers gentle movement in your intestines, supports metabolism, and encourages blood flow, all of which help you feel more awake and ready for the day. The warmth also relaxes the muscles around your chest and abdomen, encouraging deeper breathing, which improves oxygen delivery throughout your body. For someone over 60, who might sometimes feel sluggish in the morning, this can make a significant difference in how the day begins. When you add lemon to the drink, you're not just adding flavor, you're adding vitamin C and plant compounds that help support the body's natural defenses against oxidative stress. Over the years, Everything from environmental toxins to poor sleep to stress contributes to oxidative stress in the body. And while you can't eliminate it completely, you can help your body manage it more effectively. The mild acidity of lemon also stimulates saliva production and digestive enzymes, helping your digestive system wake up gently. Digestive efficiency becomes more important with age because nutrient absorption tends to slow down naturally. Starting your morning with something that helps your body absorb nutrients more efficiently throughout the day can contribute to better overall wellness. Ginger, on the other hand, has been used across various cultures for centuries because it provides warmth, supports circulation, and helps the body maintain a healthy inflammatory response. It's not a medication, and it's not meant to treat heart conditions, but it does support the body's natural systems in a subtle yet meaningful way. If you've ever eaten ginger and felt that gentle warmth spread through your body, that's circulation responding. Including ginger in a morning drink can help set a smoother baseline for how your body feels as the day progresses, which is especially helpful as stiffness, slower digestion, and cooler extremities become more common with age. Another reason this simple daily drink matters is because of what it represents: consistency. Heart and circulation wellness respond better to everyday habits than to occasional big changes. A single drink won't change your life overnight, but drinking it every morning for weeks, then months, then years creates a chain reaction of healthier routines. When people start their day with something good for their body, they often make better choices throughout the rest of the day. They might take a morning walk, stretch a little more, choose a healthier breakfast, or drink more water. These small actions build on each other, each one reinforcing the next. Over time, this accumulation of small habits becomes more valuable than any single activity. For individuals over 60 who may be working on maintaining energy, mobility, and emotional well-being, this kind of foundational morning habit becomes an anchor for the rest of the day. It gives the day structure. It gives the mind something familiar and calming. It signals the body to move from rest to activity gently and intentionally. It also helps replace less supportive habits like starting the day with high sugar or excessive caffeine, both of which can spike your heart rate and energy in ways that feel uncomfortable, especially as you get older. One of the most overlooked aspects of this daily drink is the emotional and psychological benefit. There's something very grounding about starting your day with a warm, soothing beverage that you prepare for yourself. It's a moment of mindfulness without needing to meditate. It's a moment of stillness without having to sit in silence. It's a cue to slow down, breathe, and acknowledge your body. People in their 60s often describe mornings as the part of the day when they feel most connected to their wellness intentions, and adding a simple drink ritual strengthens that connection. And while the drink itself supports wellness, the real power comes from what happens when you turn it into a long-term habit. Imagine waking up every morning and taking those first few minutes for yourself. You heat the water, you squeeze the lemon, you cut a small slice of ginger, and as it warms your hands and your chest, you're not just hydrating, you're reminding your body that you're committed to taking care of it. That single choice influences your mindset. You feel just a little sharper, a little calmer, a little more in control of your day. It also gently nudges you to move more throughout the day because hydration improves energy. It helps your posture because relaxation and digestion feel smoother. It helps your mood because mornings become something you look forward to. All of this matters deeply for heart and circulation wellness. When you're stressed or tense, your heart rate rises. When you're dehydrated, your heart works harder. When your circulation is sluggish, your energy drops. A morning drink doesn't fix these things by itself, but it helps create the conditions in your body where everything functions more easily. And ease is something your heart appreciates, especially after 60 years of working tirelessly for you. The simplicity is what makes it sustainable. You don't need fancy equipment, expensive ingredients, or complicated instructions. You don't need to measure your progress obsessively. You don't need to track every sip. You just need to show up for yourself each morning, drink slowly, breathe deeply, and let your body absorb the benefits over time. It becomes a gentle daily promise you make to your heart without any pressure or perfectionism attached. That's why this simple daily drink is more powerful than it seems. It isn't just a beverage, it's a ritual, a signal, a foundation, a quiet act of self-care that supports heart and circulation wellness in a way that aligns naturally with the needs of someone over 60, allowing the body to feel cared for, nourished, and supported from the very first moment of the day.
Heart health benefits often come from small, consistent habits rather than drastic lifestyle changes, because the body responds far more effectively to steady routines than to sudden, overwhelming attempts at transformation. When people think about improving their heart health, the first instinct is often to jump into an intense workout plan, overhaul their entire diet overnight, sign up for multiple health programs, or try to force big results through big actions. But the human body, especially as we age, doesn't thrive on shock. It thrives on rhythm. It thrives on predictability. It thrives on repeated signals that guide it gently in the direction of better wellness. And when you look at people who maintain strong cardiovascular health into their 60s, 70s, and beyond, they're rarely the ones who took extreme steps. They're the ones who committed to simple habits and stayed consistent with them over years, not days. Small habits matter because your heart is a 24/7 organ. It doesn't get a break. It doesn't take weekends off. It doesn't rest when you sleep. It's pumping every second of your life. That means what influences your heart is not the occasional burst of healthy behavior, but the lifestyle patterns that repeat over and over. For example, walking 10 minutes a day might not sound impressive, but those minutes accumulate into hours of movement each month and more circulation support each year. Drinking enough water each day may not feel like a major health strategy, yet proper hydration affects blood flow, energy, and overall vitality in ways that directly support cardiovascular well-being. Getting consistent sleep might seem like a simple idea, but when your nervous system is balanced due to restful nights, your heart rate, stress levels, and emotional stability all fall into a healthier rhythm. These small habits are like quiet building blocks, each one supporting the next, creating a foundation for long-term health. The problem with drastic changes is that they usually aren't sustainable. When someone tries to go from no exercise to an hour of intense workouts daily, the body gets overwhelmed. Muscles get sore, motivation drops, and the heart may feel strained rather than supported. When someone tries to eliminate every favorite food overnight, the deprivation leads to cravings, frustration, and eventually an emotional rebound where they return to old habits even harder than before. Extreme changes rely heavily on willpower, and willpower is a limited resource. But small habits rely on identity, on who you become through repetition. And identity is powerful. When you become the kind of person who drinks water every morning, the habit becomes automatic. When you become the kind of person who takes an evening walk, you don't have to push yourself each time. When you become the kind of person who eats a piece of fruit daily, makes time for relaxation, or prepares simple homemade meals, those habits don't drain you, they nourish you. And as each small habit becomes part of your identity, you build a lifestyle your heart can depend on. Think about how habits work in real time. If you wake up and start your day with a healthy ritual, something simple like a warm drink, a few stretches, a mindful breath, or stepping outside for fresh air, you set the tone for your next choices. That's the domino effect of small habits. One good choice makes the next good choice easier. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Maybe you choose a lighter breakfast. Maybe you take 5 extra steps. Maybe you sit down for lunch instead of eating hurriedly. Maybe you pause instead of rushing. These moments seem tiny, but they shape the rhythm of your whole day. And your heart responds to rhythm. A steady lifestyle creates a steady heart environment. Sudden lifestyle shocks can create stress, which is the opposite of what your heart needs. Stress is a major factor that influences heart health. When you take on drastic changes, your stress levels usually rise. You feel pressure to succeed, guilt when you make mistakes, and fear that you're not doing enough. Stress hormones increase, adrenaline rises, sleep gets disrupted, and your mind becomes overwhelmed. None of this supports your heart. Meanwhile, small habits tend to reduce stress. They're gentle. They feel achievable. You complete them without anxiety, which gives you a sense of accomplishment rather than pressure. An accomplishment produces a positive emotional response that helps reinforce the habit. Instead of creating a cycle of stress and burnout, small habits create a cycle of progress and confidence. Your heart benefits most when you're calm, consistent, and patient with yourself. As you get older, your body becomes even more sensitive to the difference between consistency and intensity. Someone in their 20s might be able to overhaul their lifestyle quickly without much consequence, but someone over 60 has a different relationship with their body. Joints may be stiffer, metabolism may be slower, and recovery time often takes longer. That's why consistent habits like daily hydration, gentle walking, balanced eating, and restful sleep become more important than ever. These habits support your heart in a sustainable way, without placing unnecessary strain on your body. Small movements, for example, can be surprisingly effective. A 5-minute stretch increases circulation. A slow walk after a meal helps your body process food more efficiently. Standing up every hour keeps blood flowing. None of these actions require major effort, but their combined effect over time is profound. Another reason small habits are so powerful is because they're easier to maintain during life's unpredictable moments. Big lifestyle changes fall apart when you get busy, when you travel, when you have an off day, or when something unexpected happens. But small habits can be done anywhere. You can drink water no matter where you are. You can stretch in your living room. You can take a brief walk. You can choose one nutritious meal even during a stressful week. These small choices help keep your heart supported even when life doesn't go perfectly, and that consistency is what truly shapes long-term wellness. Even nutritionally, small daily choices matter more than drastic overhauls. You don't need to follow extreme diets or cut out major food groups to support your heart. Instead, adding small healthy components to your meals, more vegetables, more whole foods, more fresh ingredients, more herbs and spices, makes an enormous difference over months and years. These gentle changes also tend to reduce cravings and improve digestion naturally, without the emotional strain that comes from restrictive diets. Similarly, making one better choice at a time when shopping for food gradually shifts your entire eating pattern without you ever feeling like you're forcing yourself into something uncomfortable. Sleep is another area where small improvements have powerful effects. You don't need to redesign your entire sleep schedule at once. Simply going to bed 10 minutes earlier or turning off screens 15 minutes before bedtime can improve sleep quality. Better sleep supports heart rate stability, emotional balance, and daily energy, which influences every other healthy habit you choose throughout the day. Then there's the emotional and mental aspect, which has a huge impact on heart health. Small practices like a moment of deep breathing, gratitude, or relaxation lower stress levels in a natural, gentle way. A calm nervous system supports a calm heart rhythm. People often overlook how much stress influences physical wellness, but stress chemicals affect blood pressure, sleep quality, appetite, and overall mood. Incorporating small calming habits throughout your day is far more sustainable than attempting to completely remove stress from your life, which isn't realistic for anyone. The beauty of small, consistent habits is that they grow with you. Over time, what starts as a tiny shift becomes a lifestyle. You may begin with one small habit like drinking a morning wellness drink, and later find yourself adding a short walk, then a healthier lunch, then an earlier bedtime, then a moment of stretching. You don't force these changes, they appear naturally because your body starts craving what makes it feel good. And when your body feels good, your heart benefits from the environment you've created. Wellness becomes easier, lighter, and more enjoyable. The heart thrives when your lifestyle supports balanced energy, good circulation, hydration, regular movement, calm breathing, and low stress. And all of these things come from habits that are simple enough to repeat every day. There's nothing wrong with wanting big changes, but the smartest way to achieve them is through small daily actions that your body can absorb and maintain. Drastic changes might create dramatic results for a short time, but small habits create lasting results for the rest of your life. Your heart doesn't need perfection. It needs consistency, patience, and the kind of gentle support that comes from showing up for yourself in small ways every single day.
The recommended drink is warm lemon water with ginger, easy to make and naturally supportive to the body because it brings together two simple ingredients that work gently with your system without requiring drastic effort, expensive supplements, or complicated routines. When people think of drinks that support their well-being, they often imagine exotic ingredients, hard-to-find powders, or trendy products promoted as miracle solutions. But the truth is that the most effective long-term habits often come from the simplest, most accessible sources. Lemons and ginger have been used in kitchens for generations, and not because they were fashionable, but because they consistently made people feel good, refreshed, lighter, and more balanced. When these two ingredients come together in warm water, the result is a drink that supports hydration, digestion, comfort, and overall daily wellness in a way that feels effortless and soothing. Warm water by itself can already make the body feel calmer and more awake, especially in the morning. Unlike icy water, which can sometimes shock the system or cause discomfort for people with sensitive digestion, warm water moves through the body more gently. It's easier for the stomach to handle, and the warmth relaxes the muscles in the digestive tract. When your digestion feels supported, your whole body functions more smoothly. Drinking warm water right after waking helps rehydrate you after hours of sleep, which is especially important for older adults because hydration influences energy, circulation, and mental clarity. Many people underestimate how dehydrated they become overnight. The moment you wake up, your body is ready to receive water, and warm water is absorbed more comfortably and often more quickly. That's why it sets the stage for better hydration throughout the day. Adding lemon to the warm water brings a refreshing brightness and a surge of vitamin C, along with natural plant compounds that support your body's cleansing and antioxidant processes. Lemon helps stimulate saliva production and digestive enzymes, preparing your stomach for food and making breakfast easier to process. This simple boost in digestion becomes increasingly valuable with age because the digestive system naturally slows down over time. By supporting digestion early in the day, lemon water helps promote regularity and comfort. The slight acidity of lemon also encourages the stomach to wake up without creating harshness, which is why warm lemon water feels both gentle and invigorating at the same time. Many people also find that the fresh scent of lemon lifts their mood right away. Just smelling lemon can make you feel more alert and refreshed, helping you start your morning with a clearer, more positive mindset. Ginger, the second key ingredient in this drink, is known for its warming effects on the body. When you add fresh ginger slices or grated ginger to warm water, the heat helps release its natural oils and compounds, giving the drink a soothing heat that you can feel almost instantly. Ginger has been used around the world for centuries to support digestion, comfort, and circulation. While it's not a medicine and isn't meant to treat health conditions, it does support your body's natural processes in a gentle way. Many people experience improved digestive comfort after drinking ginger, and the calming warmth helps ease morning stiffness or sluggishness. This is especially beneficial for people over 60 because the body tends to cool more easily with age and may respond more slowly in the morning. The warm sensation from ginger can help you feel more awake, more aligned with your body, and more ready to move into your day. When lemon and ginger are combined in warm water, they create a balanced drink that supports hydration, digestion, and overall comfort. The lemon brings brightness and cleansing energy, while the ginger adds warmth and stability. Together, they make a drink that feels nurturing without being heavy, energizing without being stimulating, and comforting without being dull. Many people who try this drink begin to look forward to it each day because it becomes a moment of calmness and intention. You're not just drinking something, you're setting the tone for your day with a gentle ritual. That ritual becomes an anchor, especially for people in their 60s or older, who often benefit from predictable routines that support physical and emotional well-being. One of the biggest reasons this drink is so effective is that it encourages hydration. Hydration is one of the most undervalued aspects of health. Every single part of your body depends on water to function well.
When you're dehydrated, you may feel tired, sluggish, unfocused, or stiff. Your digestion slows, your circulation becomes less efficient, and your overall energy drops. Many people confuse dehydration with hunger or fatigue, leading them to eat or drink things that don't actually address what their body needs. Starting the day with a warm cup of lemon and ginger water ensures that you hydrate early and set a positive rhythm for the rest of the day. When you hydrate first thing, you're more likely to continue hydrating, and staying hydrated is one of the simplest ways to support your heart, your energy, and your daily comfort. Another reason this drink is beneficial is that it encourages you to slow down. In a fast-paced world, mornings can be rushed, stressful, and chaotic. People often wake up and immediately check their phone, rush through breakfast, or drink strong coffee before their body is ready. This creates a stressful start to the day that can elevate tension in the body. When you sit down with a warm drink, even for just a few minutes, you're allowing yourself a soft transition from sleep to wakefulness. You're giving your nervous system a chance to settle into the day before stress begins. This small moment of calmness supports emotional balance, which in turn supports physical well-being. The simplicity of this drink is part of what makes it so effective. There are no complicated steps, no expensive ingredients, and no barriers to getting started. Anyone can add lemon and ginger to warm water, and the ingredients are available almost everywhere. This makes the habit easy to maintain, even while traveling or going through a busy period in life. Some people worry they won't stick to new habits, but the easier a habit is, the more likely it is to become part of your routine. This drink is easy enough to make daily without feeling like a chore. Over time, it becomes an enjoyable moment rather than an obligation. For older adults, this drink can also offer a sense of empowerment. As people age, they often feel that staying healthy requires big, difficult changes, or that they need to do everything perfectly to see improvement. But this drink shows that wellness can come from small, doable steps. You don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle or become a different person. You just need to show up for yourself in small, consistent ways. Preparing this drink becomes a reminder that you're capable of taking care of yourself simply and effectively, and that your wellness doesn't have to be complicated to be meaningful. It also becomes a natural cue for the rest of your day. After drinking it, many people feel inspired to move their body, stretch, or eat something nourishing. It sets a healthy tone that carries into other habits. It's like the first domino in a chain of positive actions. Once you start with something gentle and supportive, your body and mind naturally want to continue that path. This is how small habits create large changes over time, not through force or pressure, but through inspiration and consistency. Another subtle benefit of this drink is the sensory experience. Warmth, scent, taste. All of these senses contribute to how your brain experiences your morning. The scent of ginger is grounding. The scent of lemon is uplifting. The warmth is comforting. The taste is refreshing. These sensory signals influence your mood and energy before you even finish drinking. This is why so many people find themselves feeling calmer, brighter, and more focused after making this drink part of their daily routine. It supports not just the physical body, but the emotional state as well. And when it comes to wellness after 60, emotional well-being matters just as much as physical well-being. Feeling good emotionally can inspire movement, consistency, and healthier choices. A calm, centered start to the day often leads to a calmer, more balanced day overall. A rushed, stressful morning often leads to a day filled with tension, overeating, overeagerness, or fatigue. Warm lemon ginger water also encourages awareness. When you prepare the drink, you become present with your actions. You're choosing something intentional for your body. That awareness can influence the rest of your day, reminding you to pay attention to your needs, to move when you need movement, to rest when you need rest, to nourish your body when you need nourishment. It turns your morning into a mindful moment instead of a rushed blur. What truly makes this drink special is not just the ingredients, but the feeling it gives you, a sense of care, calm, warmth, and awakening that supports your physical comfort and emotional clarity. It's a drink that older adults often find especially soothing because it doesn't overwhelm the body. It doesn't overload the senses or stimulate the heart too intensely. It simply eases you into the day in a way that feels natural and kind to your body. That kindness is something the body notices and appreciates, especially as it ages. Warm lemon and ginger water may be simple, but that simplicity is exactly what makes it effective. It supports your hydration, digestion, comfort, and daily energy in a gentle, sustainable way that aligns with the needs of a body over 60. It's a small habit, but it creates a big ripple effect, making it one of the easiest and most enjoyable wellness routines you can adopt at any age.
When people hear that warm water, rather than boiling water, is the ideal base for this drink, they often wonder why such a small detail matters. But the truth is that the little details often shape the overall experience far more than we expect. Using warm water is about treating your body gently, especially as we get older and our digestive system becomes more sensitive to extremes. Warm water enters the body with ease, without shocking the stomach or causing that sudden tight feeling you sometimes get when something too hot or too cold hits your system. It supports the body in waking up gradually, allowing digestion to begin in a smooth and natural rhythm. When you're over 60, comfort becomes a form of wellness. You notice how certain foods sit heavier than they used to, or how your stomach reacts more quickly to something acidic or overly spicy. And warm water acts almost like a soft introduction. It lets the body know something nourishing is on the way and prepares it without stress. Another reason warm water matters is because of the ingredients in the drink, especially lemon. Lemon contains beneficial compounds and natural flavor elements, but many of these are fragile. Boiling water can degrade or weaken them, which means you end up losing some of the natural goodness that makes this drink so supportive. Warm water helps you get the full experience without damaging the essential oils, the subtle aromas, or the gentle acidity that creates the refreshing effect. It's a small adjustment with a big impact, preserving the natural qualities of the lemon so you're not just drinking hot water with a hint of citrus, but a blend that feels alive, bright, and full of the natural characteristics that people enjoy. When you squeeze fresh lemon into warm water, you'll notice the aroma immediately. Soft, uplifting, almost like the smell you get when peeling a fresh citrus fruit. That aroma isn't just pleasant, it helps create the sense that your morning is beginning with something clean and rejuvenating. And ginger benefits from warm water as well. When ginger encounters warm water instead of boiling water, it gently releases its flavor compounds at a slower, more manageable pace. This creates a balanced drink that doesn't overwhelm your taste buds or your stomach. Ginger can be potent, and when it's steeped in boiling water, it sometimes becomes too sharp, too intense, or too heating for people who prefer something mild. Warm water allows ginger to soften, to mingle gradually with the lemon, and to blend into a drink that feels comforting instead of aggressive. Many people find that warm beverages in the morning help their body shift from rest mode into active mode. After hours of sleep, your internal systems move slowly, and hydration becomes a priority. Warm water supports this process by soothing the digestive tract and encouraging movement naturally. It's gentle, which is exactly what most people want first thing in the morning. You're not just fueling your body, you're easing it into the day with care and respect. Especially for those over 60, mornings can set the tone for everything that follows. When your first choice is something calming and supportive, it's easier for your body to cooperate with you throughout the day. Some people even notice that the warm drink helps them feel more relaxed in the morning, creating a sense of stability before the busyness begins. There's also a psychological element to warm water that shouldn't be underestimated. Warmth communicates comfort, safety, and steadiness. Think about how good it feels to wrap your hands around a warm mug on a cool morning. There's something grounding about it, something that subtly signals your nervous system to settle. When your morning ritual includes a warm drink, it can become a small act of self-kindness that sets the emotional tone for the day. It's a moment of quiet, a moment where you intentionally do something beneficial for yourself. Over time, this tiny ritual becomes something you look forward to, not because it's complicated, but because it feels good, both physically and emotionally. Warm water also blends more naturally with the body's internal temperature, allowing absorption to feel smoother. Cold water can sometimes be a shock to the system, which is fine for certain moments, but not always what your body prefers in the morning. Many people report that cold water first thing makes them feel tense or even slightly uncomfortable. Warm water, by contrast, has a calming effect that supports hydration without forcing the body to adapt too quickly. It's like offering your system a bridge between sleep and wakefulness, helping it transition at a gentle pace. As people get older, the body tends to appreciate gentleness in ways it might not have decades earlier. Choosing warm water becomes a way to respect those changes rather than fight against them. Using warm water instead of boiling water also protects the taste of the drink. Lemon in boiling water can become bitter, and the bitterness can overpower the experience. Warm water extracts flavor without transforming it into something harsh. You get the brightness, the freshness, and the light acidity without the bite that often comes from excessive heat. Ginger, too, becomes smoother, less sharp, and more balanced when prepared this way. Taste matters, because if a wellness habit doesn't taste good, most people won't stick with it. When something is enjoyable, it naturally becomes part of your routine without feeling like a chore. Warm water ensures the drink remains pleasant, which makes it easier to commit to using it regularly. Many people over 60 find that their taste preferences shift subtly over time. Intense flavors may feel overwhelming, while gentle flavors become more appealing. Warm water allows this drink to land in that perfect middle zone, flavorful enough to feel satisfying, but not so strong that it becomes too much. The drink becomes something you can savor rather than something you tolerate. When wellness habits feel enjoyable, the chances of long-term consistency improve dramatically, and consistency is really the core of these natural wellness practices. It's not about one perfect drink. It's about the accumulated impact of small, comforting, supportive choices made day after day. Warm water also supports the aromatic experience of lemon and ginger. Aromatics play a powerful role in how we perceive food and drink. The gentle steam rising from warm water carries the sense upward, giving you a sensory uplift before you even take the first sip. That uplifting sensation helps create the feeling of freshness and awakening that many people appreciate in the morning. It makes the drink feel like a whole-body experience rather than just a simple beverage. This matters more than people realize because sensory enjoyment encourages routine. The smell, the warmth, the flavor, and the calming effect all combine into a small ritual that helps the morning feel intentional and grounded. Another interesting thing about warm water is how naturally it blends with the ingredients. Lemon dissolves more fully, releasing its juices evenly. Ginger disperses its compounds gradually. Nothing sits heavily at the bottom. Nothing feels under-extracted or overdone. The drink remains balanced from the first sip to the last. That balance is comforting, especially for people who value predictability in their morning habits. Warm water gives you consistency, and consistency gives you confidence that each day's ritual will feel as beneficial and enjoyable as the last. Even the way warm water feels as you drink it adds to the experience. It moves through the body smoothly, relaxing the throat and chest, offering a small sense of comfort that cold drinks rarely provide. Many people describe it as feeling soothing, a sensation that becomes more significant as we age and become more aware of what our body responds well to. It's not about being fragile, it's about being attuned. Warm water supports that attunement by aligning with the body's natural preferences for comfort and ease. When you build a ritual around warm water, lemon, and ginger, you're creating a moment of mindful nourishment. You pause, you prepare something simple, and you consume it with awareness. That habit alone helps shift you into a healthier mindset for the rest of the day. The temperature of the water is part of that mindfulness. It requires you to slow down just enough to prepare it properly, to avoid boiling it, to treat the ingredients with care. That small act of intention carries forward into other parts of your day too, encouraging you to make gentle, supportive choices elsewhere too. Warm water may seem like an insignificant detail, but in truth, it shapes the entire experience of this daily drink. It protects the delicate compounds in lemon, softens the strength of ginger, supports digestion, enhances aroma, increases comfort, and encourages consistency. It creates a drink that feels nurturing rather than overwhelming. And when you're over 60, nurturing habits, especially the ones you practice every morning, can influence not only your physical comfort, but also your emotional and mental state in subtle yet meaningful ways.
Lemon is one of those ingredients that seems so simple that people often underestimate what it brings to the table. Yet, when you really look at it closely, you begin to see that its value goes far beyond flavor.
One of the biggest reasons people include lemon in a morning drink like this is because of the natural hydration support and the presence of antioxidants that help the body deal with everyday stressors. As we go through life, our bodies are constantly exposed to things like environmental pollutants, processed foods, lack of sleep, stress, and even the natural byproducts of metabolism. All of these create what you might think of as wear and tear on the inside. And while that's completely normal, the body depends on certain nutrients, especially antioxidants, to help maintain balance. Lemon is one of the most accessible and enjoyable sources of these nutrients, and starting the day with something so naturally refreshing allows you to feel like you're giving your body a gentle lift before the demands of the day start piling up. What many people appreciate about lemon is that it feels light and clean, never heavy or overwhelming. When you squeeze fresh lemon into warm water, you instantly see the freshness in the color and smell the burst of citrus oils. Those oils contain compounds that contribute to lemon's antioxidant profile, and although they don't work like magic potions or overnight fixes, they do help the body handle the normal oxidative processes that come with living an active life. You can think of oxidative stress in very simple terms. It's what happens when the body is trying to keep up with internal and external pressures. Antioxidants help by supporting the body's natural equilibrium, allowing your cells to function smoothly and efficiently. Lemon offers these helpful compounds in a way that's enjoyable and easy to consume daily, which makes it a perfect ingredient for a morning wellness ritual. Another thing people often overlook is how lemon encourages better hydration. Hydration is fundamental for everything the body does, from maintaining energy to supporting digestion to helping you feel alert and steady throughout the day. While plain water is always excellent, many people find it hard to drink enough of it, especially in the morning when the body still feels sluggish. Adding lemon gives the water a small burst of flavor that makes it more appealing, which naturally increases how much you drink. Over time, this small shift can help you stay more consistently hydrated, and when hydration improves, people often notice changes in how they feel. Maybe a little clearer mentally, maybe a little lighter physically, maybe more motivated to keep up with healthier habits. Lemon acts like a gentle encouragement to drink more water, which can create ripple effects throughout your entire day. Because lemon is so refreshing, it has a way of waking up your senses without feeling aggressive. Cold drinks can sometimes feel too intense in the morning, while hot drinks create a different kind of experience altogether. Lemon in warm water lands right in that pleasant middle zone where the warmth soothes you, but the citrus brightens your senses. This combination creates a unique balance that feels both calming and energizing at the same time. When you're over 60, mornings can be a vulnerable part of the day. You might wake up slower, or feel a little stiffness, or take longer to fully transition into activity. Lemon water becomes a gentle companion for that transition, reminding your body that nourishment is on the way, reminding your mind that you're starting the day with intention. There's something wonderful about the simplicity of lemon. You don't have to chop, boil, blend, or measure anything complicated. Just squeeze it and stir it in. That ease is part of why people stick with it. Complex routines often start strong but fade quickly because they require too much effort. Lemon water, on the other hand, feels effortless, which means it becomes consistent. And consistency is the real story behind why this drink supports wellness so well. It's never about one dramatic moment. It's about showing up for yourself in small ways every morning. Lemon lends itself to that rhythm. When a habit is pleasant and easy, it embeds itself quietly into your life, and long-term habits always influence how you feel day to day. Another aspect worth appreciating is how lemon works with the body's natural detoxification processes. The body already has its own internal mechanisms for clearing waste and maintaining balance. Lemon doesn't replace those processes or accelerate them like some exaggerated claims might suggest. Instead, it simply supports the body by offering hydration, gentle acidity, and nutrients that the body can use as it performs its normal functions. Think of lemon as something that complements what your body is already doing, rather than something that takes over or forces change. When people say they feel lighter or more refreshed after drinking lemon water regularly, it's often because the simple combination of hydration, warmth, and natural citrus has helped them feel more in tune with their bodies. The antioxidants in lemon also interact with your senses in ways that go beyond just taste. The bright citrus aroma has been associated with feelings of alertness, uplift, and clarity. While these effects are subtle, they can be meaningful, especially in the morning when the mind is still waking up. Smell is a powerful part of human experience, and citrus scents in particular are known for their invigorating, refreshing qualities. The scent alone can sometimes shift your mood just a little bit, helping you enter your day with a clearer mindset and a lighter feeling in your chest. Even though this is not a medical process, it is a sensory one, and sensory experiences absolutely influence how we move through our day emotionally and mentally. One interesting thing about lemon's antioxidant properties is that they represent a kind of quiet support system. They don't work like stimulants or dramatic supplements. They simply help maintain balance. Life naturally exposes us to different forms of stress, some physical, some mental, some environmental. Antioxidants are like the steady hands that help your body respond effectively to that stress. Having a simple daily source of them, like lemon, means you are consistently offering your body gentle reinforcement. It's a subtle form of self-care that doesn't demand effort or complexity. You drink your warm lemon water, you enjoy the calming and uplifting experience, and your body takes what it needs from it in its own natural way. Lemon also contributes to overall digestive comfort for many people. Warm water on its own can help the digestive system wake up gently, and adding lemon introduces a mild acidity that can stimulate the senses involved in digestion. While lemon isn't a cure or a quick fix for digestive problems, it can help your morning routine feel smoother. That smoothness matters when you're over 60 because the digestive system tends to become more sensitive with age. Anything that supports comfort without being harsh or aggressive becomes valuable. Lemon offers that softness, creating a drink that feels like a gentle nudge rather than a push. There's also something emotionally satisfying about working with fresh ingredients. Even if it's something as small as a slice of lemon, it reconnects you with natural flavors and natural aromas in a world where so much of what we consume is processed, packaged, or artificial. Many people describe this morning ritual as grounding, a way to return to simplicity before the day becomes filled with decisions, responsibilities, and outside pressures. There's a kind of mindfulness built into it. You cut the lemon, you smell the freshness, you squeeze it into the water, you watch the color change. In that small moment, you become present. That presence itself supports well-being because it sets a tone of calmness and clarity for the day ahead. Even the tactile experience of drinking lemon water adds to its benefits. The warmth soothes the throat, the citrus brightens the palate, and together they create a sensation that feels both comforting and clean at the same time. This sensory combination encourages relaxation and alertness at the same time, a rare pairing that many people appreciate. Over time, this creates a kind of psychological association. Lemon water equals calm energy. And once that association takes root, the ritual becomes even more meaningful because your brain begins to anticipate the comfort and clarity you get from it. The fact that lemon is widely available also makes it a practical choice. You don't have to search for specialty ingredients, order expensive extracts, or rely on powders or supplements. You simply use a fresh fruit that most people already keep in their kitchen. This accessibility makes the habit sustainable over long periods. Health habits that require special products tend to fade once the novelty wears off, But something like lemon water endures because it's inexpensive, easy to access, and easy to prepare. The best health habits are the ones that blend seamlessly into daily life without creating friction. When people think about antioxidants, they often imagine supplements or complicated formulas, but lemon brings you these compounds in their most natural form. There's something satisfying about getting support from nature directly, rather than relying on processed sources. That doesn't mean lemon is a miracle cure or a replacement for any medical treatment, but it does mean that it can be part of a natural approach to nurturing your body day by day. The antioxidants in lemon work quietly, offering gentle help as you move through the demands and stresses of everyday life. And that quiet help is often exactly what's needed to feel more balanced. As you continue this daily habit,
Ginger has a long history of being used in kitchens and home remedies around the world, not because it's exotic or complicated, but because it offers a kind of natural comfort that people instinctively respond to. When you add it to a simple morning drink, especially one meant to support overall wellness, it brings qualities that feel warming, grounding, and balancing in a very gentle way. What makes ginger so appealing is that it's both soothing and energizing at the same time. It doesn't jolt your system the way caffeine does, and it doesn't come with the heaviness of rich foods. Instead, ginger seems to settle into the body smoothly, warming you from the inside, encouraging a sense of movement, and helping the morning feel like something you can step into with more ease. For people over 60, those small feelings of comfort can be incredibly valuable because they help the body start the day without stress or discomfort. One of the most notable characteristics of ginger is how it supports the body's natural inflammatory responses. As we age, it's normal to notice more stiffness, more sensitivity, or slower recovery from everyday activities. You might feel your knees a little more when you walk, or your hands a bit more when you wake up. Ginger doesn't act like a medicine, but its natural compounds have been used traditionally to help the body feel more at ease during those moments when the joints feel heavy or the body feels sluggish. This is part of why people include ginger in teas, soups, and drinks around the world. It brings warmth and a sense of fluidity, like it's gently encouraging the body to loosen, move, and breathe. There's something comforting about that warm sensation ginger creates. Even if you only add a small slice to your morning drink, you'll notice how it blooms through the warm water, releasing a soft bite and a gentle spice that lingers on the tongue. That warmth can feel incredibly grounding, especially early in the day when the body may feel stiff or cold. Ginger has a way of reminding you that movement is possible, that circulation is awakening, that energy is slowly beginning to rise. It's not a dramatic feeling. It's more like a quiet encouragement, a whisper to your system saying, it's time to start the day. People often drink ginger tea in the colder months because of this warming effect, but it's just as beneficial in the morning regardless of the season. Warmth helps the body shift from rest to activity more easily, and ginger brings its own form of warmth that complements the temperature of the drink. When combined with lemon, it becomes a perfect balance. The citrus brightens and the ginger grounds. The two together create an experience that feels both refreshing and stabilizing. For many people, this pairing feels like exactly what they need to ease into their day with comfort and clarity. Another aspect of ginger that makes it so supportive is how it encourages smoother digestion. As we get older, the digestive system may not work as efficiently as it once did. Meals may feel heavier, bloating may appear more often, and you might feel like your stomach is slower to wake up in the morning. Ginger has been used traditionally to help with digestive comfort, not as a cure or quick solution, but as a gentle companion that helps the stomach feel more settled. The warm water it's paired with also supports this process, creating a drink that helps the body wake up internally in a calming and balanced way. People who incorporate ginger into their routines often describe feeling less sluggish or weighed down, which naturally affects their energy levels, mood, and sense of readiness for the day. What's unique about ginger is its ability to deliver a noticeable feeling without overwhelming the senses. A little goes a long way. When you slice fresh ginger and place it in warm water, the first thing you experience is the aroma, a mix of spice, freshness, and warmth that rises gently with the steam. That aroma alone can help clear the mind and awaken the senses. Smell plays a powerful role in how we feel, and ginger scent has a natural way of creating alertness without stress. It feels like the air itself gets cleaner when ginger is in the cup. As the ginger infuses the water, it releases compounds that contribute to its gentle support of circulation. When people talk about ginger helping promote smoother circulation, they're usually referring to the warming and stimulating qualities it brings. It helps create a sense of movement in the body, like things are flowing a bit more easily. You might feel that in your chest or your limbs, or simply in your overall sense of energy. This can be especially appreciated by people over 60 who may feel their body slowing down in ways they didn't notice before. Ginger doesn't reverse age, but it does help support the natural rhythms of the body in a comforting, steady way. Many people also find that ginger gives them a mental lift, not an artificial boost, but a kind of natural clarity. Part of this comes from the aroma, part from the warming sensation, and part from the way ginger encourages the body to feel more awake. When the body feels more awake, the mind often follows. That's why so many morning teas and wellness drinks around the world include ginger. It wakes the senses gently, like sunlight filtering into a quiet room. You don't even have to use a lot. Even a thin slice or a few shavings can create that effect. And because ginger pairs so well with lemon, the drink becomes something people look forward to rather than something they feel obligated to swallow for health. Pleasure is an important part of any long-term habit because it keeps you coming back to it day after day. Ginger also carries an emotional association for many people. It reminds them of home, of warm meals, of soothing remedies used by parents or grandparents, of comforting soups made on chilly days. This emotional layer adds another dimension to the morning ritual. When you drink something that feels familiar, whether it's the smell or the warmth or the memory it brings up, it can create a sense of safety and grounding. Emotional comfort is an essential part of well-being, especially as we age and look for stability in a world that can sometimes feel fast, loud, or complicated. A cup of warm lemon and ginger water isn't just a drink. It becomes a moment of quiet where you can reconnect with yourself. The ease of preparing ginger is another part of its appeal. You don't need to grind it, brew it for hours, or buy anything complicated. Just slice a piece and drop it in warm water. As simple as it is, that act of preparing it can feel grounding. It's a reminder that taking care of your well-being doesn't always require drastic changes or expensive routines. Sometimes all it takes is a fresh root, a few minutes, and a willingness to begin the day with something natural and supportive. This simplicity encourages consistency, and consistency is where long-term benefits begin to show up. When something is easy and enjoyable, you naturally find yourself doing it more often. Ginger's natural spiciness also helps stimulate the senses. That slight tingle at the back of your throat can bring a feeling of alertness in a way that feels invigorating but still gentle. When paired with warm water, the spice becomes smoother, more rounded, less sharp than when ginger is raw. This allows people of all ages, including those over 60, to enjoy it without discomfort. The warmth softens the spice and turns it into something that feels like a comforting nudge rather than a strong kick. That balance makes the drink feel approachable and pleasant for daily use. The beauty of ginger is that it works with your body, not against it. You're not forcing anything. You're inviting your body into a state of ease and movement. You're giving it something warming to hold on to, something that encourages flow rather than stagnation. As we age, that sense of flow becomes more important because the body naturally slows down. Ginger, with its traditional uses and natural qualities, becomes a supportive partner in maintaining a gentle sense of vitality. It won't change everything overnight, but it can make mornings feel a little smoother, a little brighter, and a little more energized. Because ginger has such a distinct flavor, people often find themselves becoming more aware and present when drinking it. You don't just sip it mindlessly, you taste it, you feel it, you notice the warmth. That presence can help create a mindful start to the day. Being mindful doesn't always require meditation or deep breathing exercises. Sometimes it simply means doing one thing with full awareness. Drinking warm lemon and ginger water can become a miniature mindfulness practice, one that helps you slow down, breathe, and step into the day with intention. People over 60 often talk about how much they appreciate habits that support their energy without overwhelming them. Ginger fits perfectly into that category. It doesn't overstimulate, it doesn't create a crash, and it doesn't feel heavy. It's a steady companion, offering warmth and clarity